Dutchman Rick Elzinga sits third in the EMX 250 standings through 4 rounds behind Nicholas Lapucci and Kevin Horgmo in 2021. The 19-year-old appears to have a promising career in motocross ahead of him, as he was looking to move up to the MX2 class in 2022. But earlier this year, GateDropMX spoke with Elzinga about his future and learned he was without a ride for the following year and was considering returning to school full-time instead. That's when MXMattii on the VitalMX.com forum started the discussion. In what turned out to be a 12-page thread with many twists and turns, member Brent Norman, reached out to Elzinga about the prospect of racing the final 2 rounds of Lucas Oil Pro Motocross in California. Within days, Norman had booked Elzinga flights to come stay with him in his Southern California home and went out to AEO Powersports in Murrieta, California to purchase a 2022 KTM 250 SXF for Elzinga to race. With suspension, handlebars, his seat, and a dream, Elzinga made it to California to race Fox Raceway 2 and Hangtown in an effort to show what he's capable of as he looks for a future in motocross. Unfortunately, he boiled fuel in 250 Moto 1 at Fox Raceway and had the gas cap pop off and splash him with the fuel, some of which he swallowed. The illness that ensued, coupled with the heat, was enough to spoil what looked to be a good day for him. But this past weekend at Hangtown, he put 17-16 scores together for 16th overall on another sweltering hot day in California. We caught up with him afterwards to hear about his wild American adventure. Let's go back and start with this whole journey and how it started, because people know about this Vital Forum and what happened there. But when did you get a call or a DM, or where did this whole process even start to get you here?
GateDropMX made a story about me, and it's mostly about me choosing between school and motocross, because I'm doing both now. And this year I told myself I will either next year I will have a contract and get a salary or get paid to ride, or I quit and continue with school, because next year school is getting really busy, and then I don't really have time to do both things. So this year is a bit of an all-out year for me. After that, Mattie from MXMattii, he wrote the gate drop story, and he put it on VitalMX, and some people reacted on it, and some people also, Brent Norman, and he told me that he had a 450 and that he broke his foot and that I could come over and ride, and that's how it started a little bit. From there on, we got in contact first through DM and later just via messages. Basically I told him 450 will be a bit of a crazy thing for me, because I never rode one. So 250, he bought a 250 for me, and he tried to get everything dialed here. Of course, just a stock KTM. Brought my own suspension, handlebars and seat, and just came over and stayed at his place and train a bit and ride as much as we can and try to get the best of the bike, which we did. I think I can be satisfied with the stock bike right now.
Did you have any aspirations before this year of coming to the US, or was this totally not even on your radar until this whole thing came about?
Last year in 2020 I was struggling with my broken arm and my leg. I still had the screws and the plates and stuff inside, so last year wasn't that great. Took them out in the middle of the season because I couldn't bear the pain anymore, and from there on it just went better and better and better. I wasn't expecting anything before this year. Also, the first race in EMX didn't go well because I was sick, but from there on I haven't missed the top 3 in every moto. So it's pretty good. And Brent saw it on MXGP TV and thought I had a lot of talent, and he didn't want me to waste it and go to school.
So obviously last week's result is not something that you really wanted to have happen, but were you satisfied with the riding that you had at Fox Raceway? Because you qualified 14th. I mean, you were pace-wise up there with those guys. You got good starts. Overall, did you look back at that and think it was a good day, it just didn't end well?
Well, yeah, could have been better, could have been worse. I think the qualification was a bit hard because I was in Group B, and I think that the track was a bit worse back in the Group E, but still 14th is fantastic for me. Well, yeah, with the start it was just so deep, so it's difficult to get up with the stock bike with those factory guys. And me being tall and a bit heavy, maybe not that much. I think 150 is quite alright. But yeah, I think it's pretty nice what we did, because it was like 110 or something, and I'm used to summertime. For me is like 70. So to go out and just come to the hottest race of the year wasn't the best plan, but you know, we did what we could. I think if I finished the first moto I would have finished like 14th or something, but we got a problem and then I just puked. So I stopped. That was a shame, because I was giving it my all the first moto, and for sure the 14th place was there to grab, because I just had to do 2 laps more. Just couldn't anymore. And a second moto I was just too sick to ride. I tried still, went close to the top 10 the first couple of laps, and I just died after 10 minutes. So I quit because I was just going backwards.
Yeah. Well, how about today? How much better was today for you overall, with feel on the bike and comfortability with the schedule, and then obviously race pace as well?
Everything is new here for me, so it's quite of stress also. It's extra hot for me. So I feel like every race I do, every moto I do, every time I'm on track, I do better and better. You know, which was the goal, just to let people notice me, and I hope I did. You know, I didn't have all the resources that the other guys have, and yeah, we got just. I think before I came to the States, Brent and I have been talking for like 2.5, 3 weeks. So I just known him about a month now. So I think we did a pretty great job for coming here and scoring points and getting used to the heat, and you know, trying to ride the whole 30 minutes, because that's also a bit more than in Europe, because I do the 25 minutes. So it's yeah, everything is different. I think everything is also better, because I just love it here. Yeah, just love the experience. It's, the pace is quite different also. In Europe the tracks are a bit more heavy, I would say, so, but also more slow. So here the pace is really like explosive and really pushing, which I'm not really used to, because I just like big lommel and just, you know, getting through the big holes. So that's my thing. So it was a bit a change for me, but I you know, like I said, just every moto went better and better.
How has this experience maybe helped your career? Have you had any people reach out to you, you know, maybe ride-wise, or are you going to come back and race in the US at any point? Like, what's the plans for you?
Well, the plan here was to get noticed, first of all. I don't have any concrete interest yet. Maybe after this week, because last week was just not good. But yeah, I would love to do S6 as well, Supercross. You know, just to come here, and I would love just to ride here and get in a team, and you know, and not go to school, which is the best plan. And to come to the USA is just a dream for me. Well, yeah, I think I have a lot more to show than I did these 2 weeks, especially if just I can train here in the heat and get a better bike and suspension and that stuff. But yeah, it's just I would like to come and race here and get a contract for a team and do Supercross and Motocross and that kind of stuff.
Do you have any experience with Supercross? Have you ridden a Supercross track before, or?
I have went to some Supercross tracks in France.
Okay.
They went quite well. I think the Supercross tracks here are a bit bigger. Yeah. But I have quite good timing, and I'm a technical rider, so I will pick the Supercross stuff up quite fast, I think, because I'm a quick learner with that kind of stuff. And you know, I'm lengthy, so if I make a mistake, I wouldn't mind that much. Just so because I can, you with my long legs I can take the hit. But yeah, I like Supercross, and I would like to get in somehow with the team and train for it, and then get ready for the season here.
Yeah. Reflecting on this whole experience now of last minute basically coming to the US and this whole thing with Brent that you've done, and the performances that you've had now, are you like satisfied with it all? Is it just so like, over the top with how everything was? Or
I feel like I said, every moto was going better and better, but just everything in here is just different. So it's I'm satisfied with what we have done in such a short time, but I feel like I've been at like 80%, because back in Europe where everything is dialed in, I just feel more comfortable, and also with the heat, it's just I would say like 80%. So I'm happy to have done this in a short time, but if I would ride like this in Europe, I wouldn't be satisfied at all. So I can do much more than I did these weeks, but I'm satisfied what we did with the stock bike and stuff. So,
did you learn anything from this experience too, that you can take back into, because you still have the 2 EMX rounds still to go, right? Are you doing those, or
4 on new?
Four.
No,
still.
there are 6 now.
Because they added
4.
right.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So now there's 6 to go.
Yep.
Did you learn anything from this experience that you're going to take back, whether it's setup changes or just fitness wise or anything like that?
Well, I think the fitness has been improved a bit, because we are doing more long motos here in double the heat.
Yeah.
And so I think that's been a good thing. Also the pace is a bit different, and I hope that will be a good thing when I come back. The entry of the corners are way more fast, and you just push every lap. I really had to get used to that, but I hope it will get me better speed back home, and I hope I can win a couple of more races.
Awesome. Who would you like to thank for this whole thing? Obviously them, but I mean your teams and everything like that too.
I want to thank Brent Norman first of all, and also Elizabeth, his wife, for taking me in. Without them I couldn't have done it, and it's crazy how guest-free they are. They just have done everything they can in the short time we had to get everything dialed. I want to thank my friend Robert. He came with me as a mechanic, and he did some good stuff as well. Also, when I did something bad, he will just tell me you were f***ing around or something. But yeah, that's always good to me. Sometimes you got a kick in the ass and you ride better.
Yeah.
And also my team back home, TVS, they let me do it, which is quite an unusual thing, I think. I brought a lot of hard parts with me, like suspension and that kind of stuff. So I really want to thank them as well. And yeah, just AEO Powersports as well, Powersports. They have helped me with setup a little bit with suspension, and just some parts and fuel kind of stuff. And I broke my fork this week, and I fixed it in one day, which was nice. So yeah, just thanks to all of them. Couldn't have done it without them, and I really appreciate what they have done for me.